Hey Internet, it's Chris Dyer at Reborn Martial Arts here in Springfield, Virginia. One of our subscribers, Canada Free CE and 9JN, commented in one of our videos about blocking and made a really good point that you see a lot of double blocks in a lot of systems, and these double blocks don't work. And we're going to actually examine that. I kind of agree to a point, but we are going to look at why and when you would use a double block. So stay tuned. Okay, so let's take a look at why you might use a double block. I think that they are useful in the right situation, just like everything. You're absolutely right in the comment that if a person throws a strike and I can just simply move, block, hit, done, right? So that is the ideal situation. But like all things, we have to train for less than ideal situations. So the first part of this is, why would I use a double block? Part of it is controlling a person's arm. So if Mike is significantly taller, and luckily we're about the same height, but if Mike is significantly taller, if you ever work with someone who's much taller than you, and they throw a strike, and maybe you do that, like we worked on our outward block, I clear this out the way, and I'm here. If I can get to the ribs, great, but if he's got his arm in the wrong position, or I can't hit that, and I'm down here and I glance up to the shoulder and hit him, I've lost my opportunity to do just a quick move, block, strike. So the double tap might actually create a new opening. So let's look at that same position. Here's my block, but I need to get to a better position for him, and then I might do this double tap down. So that would look like 1, 2, and hit. So why would you do two movements if you're that much faster than the person? I don't think it's about speed or I'm 2 times faster than him. It's that I need to create a new position for it in this case. Again, so I'm here. I don't have a good target, or the target I want isn't there. I'm going to create that target. So it looks like a block, but it's actually pulling a person off balance, pulling them down, and then striking in. So that's one possibility of why you would want to use a double tap, is what we usually call it. It's not necessarily 2 blocks. It's kind of creating new positioning. And this can go in lots of different ways, right? So if he throws that same strike and I'm on the inside, I hate this position, right? Now I have to contend with that fist. So if my instinct was I'm just walking along, 1, 2, and now I'm here. So again, we have that double. We'll slow that down. 1, 2 position. No, I'm not twice as fast as him. I just ended up in a really crummy position, and now I'm using the block. And I don't actually like using the term blocking because it's more, I'm creating barriers and lines of attack. So I throw this, and then as that next punch is coming in, because it's not going to be standing here, right? That next punch is coming, and now I have my new positioning that I want to go for. So that looks, again, like I'm doing 2 blocks. 1 block, 2 block. No, it's not 2 blocks. It's I ended in position, and now I'm repositioning using my arm to manipulate the structure. So that's another reason that you might use it. A big one is turning, right? So if I'm over here and he jerks shoulder and then comes around with this punch, right? We deal with this situation all the time, and this is very much like a self-defense thing. You're not going to see this in sport fighting. If I've gotten to this position, sport fighting, things have gone south really bad. Like I shouldn't have joined for that tournament, right? So he grabs on and starts turning around to clock me this position, right? So you would end up with a double block in this case for sure, right? As that first thing happens, I want to throw this up as just kind of a shield, defend, the most important part, the head. And also circular blocks are going to cover more area, and so that's the first thing that we want to throw. So I'm walking over here, this comes up as a circular defense, and notice I'm simultaneous block and throwing this hand out here as defense or clear whatever might be coming in. Now the next part of this is, if he throws that next punch, there's my block. So again, it looks like a double block. 1, 2, and then our forms, back up just a second. In our forms, you'll see this sort of action. It's not a double block where he throws a punch and I go like 1 punch, 1, 2, 1 punch, 1, 2. I'm not doing that. It's think about block, strike, and then I'm here, right? So it's doing multiple blocks and multiple different things. So what might appear to be a double tap is actually clearing, actual blocking, and then moving in. And the last part is following or controlling. Especially, we'll make a separate video on knife defenses, but being able to control a person if they have a knife, we're not going to get into that today. That's a video on itself. But if I have a person who's doing collapsing strikes, so here's my quick check. If he collapses this down, which he should be doing, this is a bad day, right? So I blocked it, yay, and then I break my face. So my next motion needs to clear that out the way. 1, 2, right? So this is the best reason of why you would see a double tap block. 1, 2 is getting this out the way. I might be trying to enter that space, and if he does a collapsing strike, this is really bad. So I need to make sure I'm checking this one. Check that. Okay, now we're in a new position. It's happening on the fly. It's happening just in a split second that you have to make that decision. Sometimes I absolutely, if I'm in the right position, I can do this. Or if he starts doing that collapse, whoa! I read that and I instantly felt that his energy changed, his movement changed. I knew that that next elbow was coming, and you immediately throw that arm up. So it's just one of these split-second things. It's almost like a new action. I block the first thing, I get ready to punch. As I realize that he's bending into this, I'm not going to punch him. I'm going to sacrifice my punch to do a new block, and now we're in a new position to do a thing. Right on his ear. That was good. And then the opposite end of that is, what if I want to get in, right? So if this person's a lot taller than me again, and I block out here, he can hit me, and I can't hit him. This is not going to be good. So I want to close. If I want to close, I want to, again, control the elbow so that he doesn't elbow strike me. So if I want to close in on him, then I absolutely am going to do a double block, right? So we're here, block, moving in, moving in. So the idea of controlling him along the way. I don't want this arm just to go free while I'm trying to get in here and manipulate his structure, go for a double leg or whatever it happens to be. I don't want to just pat it out the way, hold on here, and then come in, right? This is garbage. I want to make sure that I'm maintaining control, do some sort of suppression to his other hand so he can't be throwing it, right? All of this is happening in just this chaos. So as I start moving in, he's throwing that thing. Then I move in for a single leg or whatever it happens to be in that case, right? So it's not just in an instant I'm going tap, 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 tap to his single attack. It's lots of things are happening. We're moving, he throws another punch, and then we're over here. And again, in forms, you practice doing these types of motions and things like that, but with the understanding that it's not just one punch coming in and I'm doing. We do this drill to develop that hand speed of 1, 2, 3. Go for the pitter pat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We do this sort of drill so that we develop that hand speed with the understanding that it's not just one punch, it's multiple things going on. So I hope that helps. I give that some thought. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.